Sports People Hawaii, brought to you by Jamba Hawaii, celebrating 20 years of blending aloha. 7-Eleven Hawaii, your neighborhood store. And Vacations Hawaii, Hawaii's favorite connection to Las Vegas.
Aloha everybody, and welcome to another edition of Sports People Hawaii. I'm Howard Deshevsky. So happy to be back outdoors. We're all staying healthy, wearing our masks when appropriate, doing our share. But the bottom line is we got to stay in shape, keep that body moving. So in this edition, we got some great workouts you can do in the park or at home. And we have 3 great physical specimens that are going to put you through some very easy or moderately difficult workouts, depending how you want to do them yourself. We'll get to those in a bit, but as always, we get started first with another tip to help you get fit quick.
Get Fit Quick, brought to you by Jocko Rehabilitation.
Hey, this is Jocko from Jocko Rehab. We're talking today about a really stiff shoulder. Some people call it frozen shoulder. Now, you can do something about it yourself outside of going to the doctor. Now, this is Jen. She's working in a clinic as a physical therapist. She has a little bit tight shoulder. She's showing over here, flexion, forward motion. Push until you feel the pain, come back down. Push until you feel the pain, come back down. Next one, you're going out. Push until you feel the pain and come back down. You can do it with a stick, anything you have at home. The third exercise is elbow at your side, and keep that elbow at your side. Push until you feel the pain and come back out. Push until you feel the pain and come back out. If you do these exercises every day, less chance you got to see one of us in the clinic. I guarantee it.
Get Fit Quick, brought to you by Jocko Rehabilitation, keeping you in the game of life.
This segment of Sports People Hawaii is brought to you by Jamba Hawaii, celebrating 20 years of blending aloha.
Hey, welcome back to Sports People Hawaii. He's, of course, best known for being an NFL star. Before that, a University of Hawaii football star. Now he has a speed and quickness clinics for high school and college athletes. But today, a workout specifically tailored for you.
Aloha everybody, I'm Rich Miano. I'm here at Kapi'olani Park and I'm with my partner Summer Shook, who's one of the best young soccer players in the state of Hawaii. And the reason we're doing this is because finally you can work out in a park, not just at your house, but you can do this in your house at a park with weights, with no weights, and just we want to be the healthiest state in the country to get through this COVID-19 things. And I'm going to start with legs. The first thing we're going to do for legs, I'm going to use a medicine ball, but Summer's not. And you can use whatever weight you want to, but we're going to do squats. And everybody should have their legs shoulder width apart, down and up. Back is straight, eyes are straight, and do as many reps as you want. The next thing we're going to do is just a variation of this again for your legs, is we're going to put our feet together. It changes slightly the leg workout that you're doing. Again, do multiple reps. If you have weights, great. If you don't, that's fine as well. The last thing we're going to do for our squat exercises is put our legs a little bit wider. We're also going to point our toes out, and we're going to try to get parallel. You don't have to go below parallel, but try to get to that parallel position. It really works your legs that much better. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, and everybody's probably done some form of lunging, we're going to do lunges. Your hands can be on your hip. You want a big, long step. All your hands can be above your head. It just changes it, but keep your back straight. Keep your eyes up. Again, you can even use weights when you do your lunges, whether that's dumbbells, whether that's medicine balls, or whether that's something around the house. The last thing we're gonna do for legs is an explosive type of movement. We're gonna do jumps. Again, these are called squat jumps. Legs parallel, just like you're squatting. You go down halfway, jump and reach up. Halfway, jump and reach up. Halfway, jump and reach up. And then we're gonna change it up to what we call a split squat jump. So again, this is how you do a lunge. You're gonna just change your feet, change your feet, change your feet. If you're really strong, you can use weights on that. The last exercise we're gonna do is what we call ice skaters, and that's side to side movement, okay? This is good for a change of direction sports athletes. It's good for your abductors, and it's really good for any sport. not just football. Now that the foundation is done, the legs, we're gonna transfer to the core. One of the most important exercises is your core. So we're gonna get down to some. Initially, we're gonna do what's called V-ups. And this is where you put two hands over your head and then you reach up to your toes. The next thing we're gonna do is opposite arm, opposite leg. So right hand to left leg, left hand to right leg. Again, whether you have orange juice containers full of orange juice, whether you have weights at the house, whether you have medicine balls, or whether you just want to do extra reps without any weights, you can do all of those. Okay, and then the next thing we're gonna do is what we call the bicycle. This, you can get lots of reps. You can go for time, 15 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, build up to a minute, and you want to get your elbows to your knees and work those obliques. Good job. Okay, the final part of our workout is the upper body. We're gonna start with push-ups. Okay, in push-ups now, you can do as many reps as you want, and there's different ways to place your hands. You usually start out wide, which is gonna work more of your outside of your pectoral muscles. Then you go about, just say shoulder width. And then there's also one where you can do with a diamond with your hands. And you don't have to do a full push-up. You can do all of these from your knees. So we're gonna do a full push-up with our hands out wide, down, up. Again, do as many reps as you want. Don't forget, change your grip to a regular shoulder width type of grip. And then the last one, I'm gonna do on my knees, and that's just the diamond push-up. And that works a little bit more of your triceps, but it also affects your chest muscles. So a lot of different ways to do push-ups. We're gonna transition into our shoulders. I've got some 20-pound dumbbells. Summer has some 10s, and we're gonna just start with the regular shoulder press. Okay? You can turn your hands inward, you can have them outward, but that's the shoulder press. Part of your shoulders is your traps. So we're gonna do some upright rows. Again, back straight. Get a good range of motion all the way down, all the way up. Upright rows. The next thing, I'm gonna drop my weights, but Summer's gonna keep hers. We're gonna do front lateral raises. You can do this, again, two hands at a time, or if you have weights and they're a little bit heavy, you can do single arm front lateral raises. And then the last one is the lateral raises. And you're just gonna go out, down and up. Again, you don't need weights, use weights. You can use a whole different series of exercises when you do that, but that is your shoulders. We're gonna transition to the back. Now, the key to this is having a good posture. Knees are slightly bent, chin is up, eyes are up, your weights are hanging, then you gotta pull them up. Upright rows with dumbbells. Again, you can pause at the top, you can go faster, you can go slow up, slow down. The last thing we're gonna do for back is what we call single arm pulls. You're starting the lawnmower. You're pulling it with your right hand. You're trying to get good range of motion. This is for your lower back, your middle back, and your upper back. And of course, you would switch hands and do the left side as well. Okay, so this is for the back. Good job, Summer. All right, the last thing we're gonna do is biceps. On biceps, we're just gonna go up, down. Keep your elbows close. Try to work just your lower part of your arms. Keep your elbows in. Those are full range bicep. The next thing is cross your body. Another form of hammer. It involves a little bit more of your forearms, and it works your bicep muscle slightly different. The last thing I'm gonna do for upper body, triceps. So we're gonna go double arm, tricep press. Keep your elbows in close to your ears. Try to get full range of motion. And then the last thing for triceps is the kickbacks. Again, two arms at a time. You can go single arm tricep kickbacks. And if you are not strong enough, you can do this without weights. The longer you hold it at top, the longer you squeeze the tricep. Whether you do all of this or you do some of it, do something every day. Try to eat better, try to exercise. We're all in this together.
Thank you, Rich. And if you want to learn more about his speed and quickness clinics, just Google them and give them a shout. And when we come back, another guy who's been in the headlines for his great ability to keep people in shape. We check in with Egans Bootcamp at his boot camp.
Join the matcha movement this new year at Jamba, Hawaii. Energize your start to 2020 with our new Gotcha Matcha lineup. Try the light and refreshing matcha lemon squeeze made with our equally light and refreshing Jamba lemonade. Or capture that pick-me-up feeling with the tropical flavors of the matcha mango smoothie made with real mango. Prefer a spoon? Our new matcha bowl is excellent to kickstart your morning or beat that afternoon slump. Gotcha! Matcha, only at Jamba, Hawaii, celebrating 20 years of blending aloha.
This segment of Sports People Hawaii is brought to you by 7-Eleven Hawaii, your neighborhood store.
Okay, welcome back everybody to Sports People Hawaii. Time for our second workout. This guy's a former racquetball world champion and MMA fighter, but now he does boot camp and he's got a lot of people coming to see him on a daily basis when open. But today he's here with a couple of partners for you.
Hey guys, it's Egans here from Egans Bootcamp, and unfortunately we are closed right now, but we are doing virtual workouts on Facebook Live and we're doing Zoom workouts, but we're gonna give you this workout that you guys can do at home. One person's gonna be doing modifications, other person's gonna take it big, okay? So we got my wife Marcia and we got Heather here, and you can, to add more weight to make it a little harder, you guys can grab some kind of canned goods. So Heather's got some almond milk and Marcia's got water bottles, and if you fill it up with water, it can get really heavy. So we're gonna start off with lunges first, okay? So Heather's gonna be doing modification, so if you wanna see the modification, her step's gonna be a little bit more narrow, and she's not gonna go as deep. Marcia's gonna go a lot deeper, and what we're gonna start off with is pulses. So we're just gonna, whatever height you're at, that's what you're gonna do. And the goal is to just get a little bit better every day. So they're gonna start the pulses. So notice how Marcia's legs are wider apart, Heather's one is a little closer, and as you get better, you can start dropping lower and lower. And what we can start off with is you can start off with 20 seconds on one side, right? And we're gonna stay on the other side. So we're gonna stay with these pulses here, right? And then we're gonna stand back up now, and we're gonna keep this leg bent, and we're gonna step forward and back, forward and back. And again, if you're more advanced, you're on a challenge, you can go a little bit lower and keep this knee a little bit lower, okay? And then you can pump those arms, so we're working those arms. Now keep in mind, as we're doing any kind of lunge stuff, you wanna keep your core engaged, because we're actually working a lot of core. If your balance isn't good, you may lose balance, and that's okay, right? So we're gonna do it like that here, right? And if you wanna add it in, this back leg is gonna come all the way up to a hop. If you're not, and you're gonna do a modification, you can just bring that knee up, just like what Heather's doing, okay? And we're doing 20 seconds on each exercise, and then we gotta do the other leg. And then let's switch sides. So we're gonna go to the other side, and we're gonna go lunge pulses again. So the lunge pulses, I'll go side view, and it's just up and down, just like this here. Keeping that core nice and tight, body straight up and down, right? And again, beginners, you can just keep your little more narrow and not drop down as low. Okay, so just like that. All right, in 3, 2, now we're gonna step that back leg forward. And again, check it out, this front knee here has to stay bent, right? So you're gonna move as if you're running, and we don't want this coming up and down. We wanna keep it low. And again, if you're beginning and you need a modification, you're not gonna bend this knee as much. You're gonna go a little lower if you can take it, right? And it's gonna burn. You're gonna feel those quads burning, right? And this is also working your core. And if you got some kind of weight in your hands, you're working biceps at the same time, all right? And now we're gonna bring that knee up now. So it's up, and you can jump off the ground with one foot, or you can just bring it up just like this here. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna try to work some core, and we're gonna work chest and shoulders, so we're gonna put our weights on the side, and then we're gonna do kind of like push-ups. And a lot of people, that's a challenge, right? Especially for women, push-ups is a hard thing. So we can start on the knees here, and then Marcia's gonna be straight. The key to the start is keeping that body nice and tight, abs tight. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna do drop downs. So you're not gonna push yourself all the way back up, so don't worry about that. The key is to try to count to 5, and slowly, when you hit 5, you hit the ground. So you can count by yourself, and watch Marcia and Heather, they're gonna start counting 5 in their own heads. And depending on your level, you can go count 5 really slow, 1001, 1002, or you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? And the slower you can count, the better shape you're in. When you hit the bottom, you do whatever it takes to get back up, okay? You can drop down to your knees, get back up, and then go down again. So let's start with 10 sets of this. And you're gonna feel your shoulders working, you're gonna feel your triceps working, you're gonna feel a little bit of your chest working. And the whole time you wanna make sure that your core is engaged, and that's what keeps the body nice and straight. If you're on your knees, you still wanna keep your body nice and straight, just like this here, right? We don't want the butt poking up. Okay, we're gonna go on our backs now. So we're gonna do something pretty simple. Look, we're just gonna cross our leg just like this here, right? And as we cross our leg here, we wanna try to make sure our lower back isn't arched up like this here. We wanna push it to the ground. Then on your opposite side from the knee, you're gonna put it in your temple. You're gonna lay all the way back and you're gonna touch your elbow to your knee and then come back down and touch your elbow to your knee. But the key is to try to get your knee into your elbow or your elbow to your knee, either one, right? And at first you might be right here, you come down, you're gonna be right here. It's okay. Let's get little by little, we're gonna get it there, okay? Now all we're gonna do here is you're gonna do 15 seconds, right? And they're almost up. And then what they're gonna do is they're gonna lock their elbow to their knee, or you're gonna lock your knee to your elbow and lock it up and hold it there. So what this does is it creates an isometric tension now, which makes your abs have to stay tight the whole time. Let's roll all the way over in our stomach. So we always end with a little bit of stretch, and we always like to stretch out the abs. So they already know the drill, and you're trying to get your hips down to the ground. If your hip flexors are tight, your abs are gonna usually be tight because we do it right after abs, okay? And let's back up your butts to your heels, chest down to the ground. And this is how we usually end our class. We do like a really quick stretching, right? And then we're gonna walk our hands to our knees as we sit up straight. And you're gonna love this ending right here. And then we're gonna slowly get up to our feet. And then we're gonna take 2 deep breaths and inhale all the way up and exhale down. And one more time, let's inhale all the way up and exhale down. And before we leave, we always put our hands together. This is what we do in class, so we try to imitate the whole thing. And I'm gonna say, we are, and then you guys are gonna say, relentless, okay? And we're gonna do that 3 times. We are!
Relentless!
We are!
Relentless!
You are!
Relentless!
All right, you guys have a great day. And this is how we normally end. We'll see you guys later.
Egan, thank you very much. He, along with his team of trainers, are wonderful. They have all kinds of different workouts, and they will tailor one specifically for you. Give them a call at Egans Bootcamp. And when we come back, she packs a punch, but don't let her small stature fool you.
Hi, I'm Edna Chang from 7-Eleven Hawaii. We are going through some challenging times, and it seems like it's taking longer to get over this, but together, as a community, as one Ohana, we will get through this, hopefully sooner rather than later. To all the people on the front lines, we thank you for keeping everyone safe and healthy. To our customers, we wish you a healthy and safe time as well. As you know, we've been here for 3 decades. Our doors have been open 24/7, and we continue to support the communities around us. You can definitely count on us, and we surely appreciate your support. So we will get through this together. This segment of Sports People Hawaii is brought to you by Vacations Hawaii, Hawaii's favorite connection to Las Vegas.
And welcome back, everybody, to Sports People Hawaii. Time for our final workout segment. And you know, sometimes dynamite comes in small packages. Here you go.
Hey everyone, I'm Angela Yamashita, IFBB Figure Pro and personal trainer. We're all going through this pandemic together, so I'm going to give you a few exercises for you to do at home or out at the park. Let's get started. The first exercise we're going to do is a push-up. You want to start on your knees. We're going to do a beginner, intermediate, and advanced. For the beginner, let's go on our knees. You want to make sure you sink your hips down. You don't want your hips up in the air. You want to sink your hips down, engage your abs. We're going to come down, hover just above the mat, and push. You can all do this, no matter if you're advanced or a beginner. Then, if you would like to, you can go ahead, pop up on those toes. Come down and up. And for those of you who want to go ahead and kick it up a notch. You're gonna reach. This is a real fun one. The next exercise we're gonna do is a plank. Now a plank works your total body. You can work your core, and you can again also start this on the ground. It's a good warm-up to start on the ground. I like to do palms up. Some people like to have their palms down. It's personal preference. Fold your knees and lift your hips just slightly, keeping that belly button into your spine. For those of you who are intermediate, go ahead, pop up on those toes. And for those of you who are advanced, let's go ahead and this time, lift your heels, squeeze your glutes. Continue to breathe, keep those hips down. One of my favorite all-time exercises to do is the squat. Now the squat gets all of your leg muscles, and I know we like to tighten our total body, so let's go for our legs. So with the squat, for those who are beginning, go ahead, get a chair. Or if you're out at the park, go ahead and find a bench. What you want to do is you want to sit towards the front end of your chair or the bench and make sure you have your ankles and your knees aligned with each other. Now what you can do is be comfortable, start off, go ahead and sit down on your chair. And you want to make sure that your chest is up, nice and open. Keep your eyes lifted. You don't want your eyes to fall down because when you stand, your chest is gonna follow where your eyes are. So let's go ahead, show your heart, keep your chest nice and open, eyes are lifted. Now, for your hands, some of you wonder, what do I do with my hands? I like to have my hands out for counterbalance. So you're going to stand up from your chair, and easily just go ahead, sit right back down, up and back down. Now notice, my feet are a little wider than my hips and my knees are relatively in line with my ankles. Once you feel comfortable, go ahead and put that chair away. Then we'll do it on our own and we'll do it just a little faster. And for those of you who want to go ahead and pump it up a notch and get your heart rate going, let's add a little fire and we're gonna do some pop squats. Still, keep those shoulders, knees, and ankles aligned with each other. Sink nice and low, pop right back up. And for the last exercise, we're gonna take care of the core. Now, I know that we're all sitting around, and so what we wanna do is we wanna tighten things up. Let's get started. We're gonna do a basic crunch. And the way I like to do a basic crunch is I like to be on my back and press my lower back into the pad, bringing my belly button right into my spine. Now, I like to cradle my head, my palms cradling, fingers right by my head, and my thumbs cradling right at the jaw. Now, in order for us to refrain from pulling on our neck, some people bring their elbows in. I like to bring my elbows out. You want to focus on bringing your shoulder blades up off the ground every time you crunch. Back down, up off the ground. We're going to do a few together. Now, it's always very important to breathe, exhale upon exertion. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Now you can add your knee into this exercise, alternating your knees in. You can go nice and slow. We want to use muscle, not momentum. Anyone can go fast. You want to make sure you squeeze that abdominal wall. Now, for those of you who are a little more advanced, go ahead, extend your legs out, feet together, knees together. We want to refrain from dropping our knees out. Have your knees together. Place your palms behind your head, and you're going to bring your elbows and knees together. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Remember, keep your core nice and tight as we extend those legs. Exhale. I hope that you all had a great time. I know that I did. My heart rate is definitely up. I encourage all of you to get out, stay healthy, move around. Remember, we're all in this together.
Very good. I want to say mahalo to Angela, to Rich, and to Egan. And if you want to work out and get in shape, feel free to contact any of them. They'll be able to tailor a workout especially for you. And that does it for us. I want to thank you for joining us. Bottom line, get back outdoors, be safe, but keep yourself healthy. And we're going to all get through this together. Until next time, I'm Howard Dashevsky saying aloha. We'll see you around the corner on Sports People Hawaii.